The following program was paid for by federal national funding. The views and opinions expressed are not necessarily those of the staff, management, and advertisers of WMTR. It is always advisable to consult a professional before making a major life or financial decision. Welcome to WMTR's Sound Advice. It's 65th hour, Mondays from 7:30 till 8:30, right here on WMTR. And here's your host, Theodore Tracey.
You are listening to the 65th hour, Mondays with Theodore Tracey, the voice for senior solutions. Welcome to my live show every Monday, 7:30 to 8:30 p.m., right here on WMTR 1250 a.m. Good evening to everyone. I am so excited to share with you this critical and valuable information about the next stage of your vibrant years and how we together can maximize them by you having the right information and knowledge to make the most enlightened and educated decision concerning the next journey in your life. My friends listening here tonight, my name is Theodore Tracey. I am Senior Vice President and Managing Partner of Federal National Funding. I have been in the financial industry for over 20 years. I have extensive experience in helping families deal with financial burdens when one enters a nursing home or assisted living facility. I am also well versed with Medicare options turning 65, veteran benefit entitlements, Medicaid long-term care, property and casualty insurance, life insurance, real estate finance, and business loans. Ladies and gentlemen, the lines are open. Please call in with your questions. The number you can call in, 973-267-9687. Once again, that number, 973-267-9687. My friends, I would now like to dig into our topic for this evening, which will be reverse mortgages and business loans. I would now like to take the opportunity to introduce my producer, Miss Diane Wesley. Diane, how are you doing this evening?
I am beyond fantabulous. Beautiful. I'm telling you, this word is catching fire. It's crazy, and that's the way to feel every day. And by getting information like this, you feel even more fantabulous because it's so crazy that very few people know about reverse mortgages. I mean, you ask them and they go, I really don't know what that is. They see it on a commercial, right?
Yes.
But they really don't have a clue what that really is. They hear, they're suspicious about some things, but they also are really interested. But this is why I'm so excited for you to share this with all our amazing listeners and have some knowledge that they can decide whether they want to go through with it or it's not for them. But at least they'll know, so then they can move forward in other great decisions that I know we've been sharing all this amazing information about each week. So if you want, ladies and gentlemen, to be able to set up a time with Theo, please call 201-342-3300 or email him at info@federalnationalfunding.com. You are listening to WMTR 1250 AM every Monday night right here, 7:30 to 8:30 live. We so welcome you to call in, and the number you can do that at is 973-267-9687. So, Theo, are you as excited about this as I am?
I am. I'm very excited. I'm always excited to share some good information with our listeners. I mean, this is a very exciting month, the month of October. We have open enrollment coming up around the corner, which is October 15th. Open enrollment, Medicare open enrollment is from October 15th to December 7th. So those people that are very unhappy or indecisive in terms of their plan being appropriate for them, this is the time to make the decision to make your change. That date again is October 15th to December 7th. I'm very excited to discuss our topic for this evening, which is reverse mortgages. It is something whereas there's a lot of misconceptions We do see a lot of commercials, things of that nature. But of course, when I'm conducting educational workshops around the community, it's often a lot of misconceptions when it comes to that topic. People are often scared. Do I own my home? Does the government take my home? Things of that nature. So what we're here to remove the veil and really bring to attention the details and the concrete information, making them more familiar with the reverse mortgage, because it is a very powerful tool that a senior can utilize to supplement their retirement income, pay off some debts, access some equity in their home. But I'd like to start off first by, defining what a reverse mortgage is. A reverse mortgage is a national loan program available to homeowners that are age 62 and older that allows one to access the equity in their home and convert it to usable cash that they can utilize to supplement their income, handle some home improvements, pay some medical bills, some debts, even if they want to pay for a family member's college education.
They can do that?
Absolutely. It can be used for whatever they would like. Oh. So in times during retirement when cash could be tight or limited, this is one way that allows a senior to access and utilize some of the equity in their home to hopefully improve their lifestyle. What it is, it differs from a traditional mortgage, being the fact that instead of you making your mortgage payments, you don't have any mortgage payments. The only thing you would be responsible for is your property taxes and your homeowner's insurance.
That's incredible, actually.
Yes, absolutely. And it actually has an option where the lender could, in the form of fixed payments, give you a payment stream for the rest of your life. To be utilized to assist one with their retirement. So there are many options. We will get into that. The eligibility for reverse mortgage is one has to be 62 years or older. The home must be their primary residence, so it cannot be utilized for an investment property. As I said, once again, unlike a traditional mortgage where you're paying your principal and interest, the reverse mortgage, you are not paying any principal or interest. That payment is being deferred, and the only thing you would be responsible for is the payment of your property taxes and your homeowner's insurance. As I said before, there are many, many misconceptions in regards to the topic of a reverse mortgage. If one utilize it appropriately, it can be somewhat very beneficial to be used as a complement to supplement one's retirement income or pay off any medical bills, debts, or anything of that nature. I would like to get into the three types of reverse mortgages. Number one, they have what they call a single-purpose reverse mortgage. This type of reverse mortgage is the least expensive reverse mortgage. They're offered by some state and local government agencies as well as some nonprofit organizations. They're not available everywhere, but they can only be utilized for a single purpose. The lender might stipulate that it only be used for home repairs or to pay your property taxes or things like that, but it's only to be utilized for one single purpose, which is really dictated by the lender. So wow. that is one type of reverse mortgage. The second type of reverse mortgage is what we call a proprietary reverse mortgage. And these are private loans that are offered by individual companies, and these particular companies, they actually develop this type of reverse mortgage. It's mostly utilized for homes that have a higher value and where the homeowner has a very low mortgage balance, but it allows one to be able to access more capital as opposed to, say, for instance, the single purpose reverse mortgage. So that's one of the positive benefits of the proprietary reverse mortgage.
Would you say that's safe because you have all that knowledge about that, so you could guide them to and to go to the right people for that? Absolutely,
absolutely. In regards to that, I mean, we will screen them. We will personally in office pre-approve the individual, okay. Let them know what the capital that is accessible for them, and there's certain procedures that need to be implemented. There's a right way and a wrong way to do it. And because of the fact that it is dealing with our senior community, there is some restrictions there. Everything, full disclosure, needs to be made, because there's a lot of, delinquency and misleading of our senior community. So they make it a point that one actually goes through, and we're going to get into this in a little bit more depth, but you actually have to go through a counseling session in order before even considering a reverse mortgage, which I will get more into depth shortly. But the third type of reverse mortgage, which is the most popular, is called the HECM. That is the acronym.
Sounds like you're hiccuping.
I know. HECM. That acronym stands for Home Equity Conversion Mortgage. This is one of the, as I said, is one of the most popular reverse mortgage, being the fact that it is actually insured by the government. Okay.
Really?
So it is backed through the FHA, Federal Housing Authority, which is a division of the HUD program. And it is backed, and there is a lot of benefits to it being backed by the government. Number one, the fact is that, remember what we had in 2008 when a lot of the mortgage industry got hit. A lot of the people lost their homes. A lot of people were underwater when it comes to their homes. They owed more money than what the value of their home was. That can't happen with the reverse mortgage because it's insured. The balance can never exceed what the value of the home is, which that's a very positive benefit.
I think you should say that again, because if they're underwater, they can still get a reversed mortgage?
No. What I mean by that is, when the situation back in 2008, where a lot of properties where they owed more than what the property was worth.
Okay.
Say, for instance, with the reverse mortgage, you owe, say, $200,000. Okay. And say, for instance, hypothetically, for instance, the house is only worth $150,000.
Wow.
Then the lender cannot go after the $200,000 that you owe. They can only go after the value of the house being at $150,000. So that's a nice positive benefit, as the fact that it's insured by the government.
So that's like a safety net. So they feel more secure. If they're going to have this kind of reversed mortgage, they're going to feel more secure in going this direction because this protects them for the future.
Absolutely. And the reason why that insurance aspect is so important is that, being the fact that the reverse mortgage, you're not making a payment, you're actually accruing principal and interest, and that's in a separate account. So although you're not making a payment like your traditional mortgage, you are accumulating that principal and interest, which you do owe, but you're not paying on it. So in the back of your mind, that although I'm not making the payment and I am building up, I'm accruing interest, I know down the road that regardless of what my account accrues to, that even though as long as whatever my house is worth, whatever that mortgage balance can never exceed the value of the home. So I cannot run into problems what happened to pretty much the entire economy back in 2008, when everybody was above water, things like that.
They were running amok.
That was a serious travesty in our time at that time. So that is a positive aspect with the HECM program.
Oh my gosh. I think we have a caller coming in.
Okay. Yes, good evening. Good evening, caller, are you there? Okay. It seems like we don't have a caller at this time.
Yeah.
But let me just go in a little bit more in regards to the HECM, which the acronym stands from. It's the most popular reverse mortgage. Okay. It's insured and backed by the government, and it is a program. It is somewhat more expensive than the traditional home mortgage. And the fact is, the amount that you can borrow is dependent on a couple of factors. One being your age, okay? The second factor being the appraised value of the home. The third factor is the current interest rates, because that's going to depend upon the loan value. And then also, it takes in consideration the financial assessment of your payment history in regards to property taxes and homeowners insurance. I believe we do have that call on the line.
Yes,
Let's take
we
this
do.
call. Yes, good evening.
Yes, hello, Mr. Tracey. Enjoying the show tonight. I had a question. I do currently own a house, and I'm interested in selling it. I'm wondering if I could use the reverse mortgage to buy a new home. Should I decide to sell this house?
Yes, absolutely, you can. There is, which a lot of people are not familiar. As I said, the reverse mortgage can only be utilized on your primary residence. So you would have to sell, like you said you sell your existing residence, and then based on your age, it would determine the maximum loan amount that you're entitled to under the reverse mortgage. And then the proceeds from the sale of your home could be utilized for the down payment for the reverse mortgage, and then going further, you would not have any mortgage payment. The only thing you would be responsible for is your property taxes and homeowners insurance. So to answer your question, the reverse mortgage can be utilized for the purchase of your home, as long as you maintain that as your primary residence and that you have enough down payment to meet the LTV, which stands for the loan to value of the reverse mortgage, and that would be determined by your age. But yes, I appreciate that call. That is a very, very, that is not common knowledge. A lot of people are not familiar with that, but you can, sir, you can utilize the reverse mortgage.
Fantastic. Thanks so much.
Okay.
Thank you, John.
Have a good night.
So we also had a question that came in via our email, and here we go. I thought this was really interesting. Does the bank take title to my home?
Yes, very good question. There's a lot of misconceptions as far as that. No, the bank does not take title to your home. Everybody believes the government owns my home, things of that nature. No, the fact of the matter is you maintain title to your home. The only benefit is because it is screened by the government, and because it is a program primarily for homeowners age 62 and older, it is looked upon, whereas full disclosure needs to be made, because a lot of misleading is, prevalent in our society right now when it comes to our seniors. People are trying to take advantage of our seniors. So the one thing that is the priority concerning the reverse mortgage is that one actually goes through counseling sessions so they familiarize themselves with understanding the ins and outs of the reverse mortgage so they fully understand it. But they do own their home. The government never owns your home. Okay.
Thank you for that, because that's been a concern, I think, for a lot of people. And we had one other one that I thought was really, really crazy. Now, do I still own my house free and clear?
Well, it depends. I mean, if you own your home free and clear, that's actually your benefit in terms of you would have access to more capital, because the reverse mortgage can be utilized if you do have an existing mortgage. Okay.
Oh, okay.
But if the property is free and clear, it would allow the homeowner to actually borrow more. But in terms of the eligibility, where it really is dependent upon the age of the homeowner, because as the older you are, okay, in general, the older you are, the more equity that you have in your home, and the less that you own on the home is the more money you can borrow. So just for example, a homeowner who is age 70 and has no mortgage would be able to borrow more on that home, depending on the value of the home, of course, right, than say if that homeowner was 62. So the older you are, and depending on the particular situation, it allows you to be able to borrow more against your equity of your home.
I think that's very valuable information.
Absolutely. I mean, the fact of the matter is, a lot of people, depending on the situation, utilizing the reverse mortgage can be somewhat life-changing because, say, for instance, the homeowner is having difficulty paying their mortgage. Okay? One solution would be to access the reverse mortgage, whereas they wouldn't be responsible for making a mortgage payment. The only thing they would be responsible for is just paying their property taxes and the insurance. So, and then this misconception about you not owning your home, couldn't be further from the truth. You know, you're dealing with the government. The government is not going to steal your home, contrary to what speculation might be. Okay. The government is not going to steal your home. Okay. This was primarily set up in order to safeguard the homeowners. Okay. If they happen to be married, and say, for instance, the husband is not able to take care of the residence, right? And I just say that whether it be the husband or the wife, it would allow them to maintain the residence for the rest of their life and not worry about a mortgage payment. And then we'll get into it. So there's a lot of benefits when it comes to that. And as I said before, the most popular of the reverse mortgage is the HECM. And before applying for the HECM, it is required that the homeowner meet with a counselor that is from an independent, government-approved housing agency, and they would need to receive a counseling certificate, whereas you must go through that counseling session, which is required, whereas during that counseling session, you'll be able to ask all questions. They will go over the payment options. They will go over the various types of reverse mortgage. So they're really going over everything and looking at your particular situation and able to answer any and all questions that the homeowner might have. Now, is that something that you could help them with, like having them sit down? And ladies and gentlemen, if you are listening to our show, the 65th Hour, you are listening to Theodore Tracey, the voice for Senior Solutions. And this is also for all the kids and family members that have someone in their life that they need this information. And each week, as you know, we go into a host of different topics. You can reach him at the office and set up an in-person meeting. Have your list of questions. He will answer them for you. His office number is 201-342-3300. And you can email him at info@federalnationalfunding.com. You are listening to WMTR 1250 AM right here every Monday, 7:30 to 8:30 p.m. You can reach us here at the station, 973-267-9687. Please call in. We welcome your questions. Your questions have been so interesting and so on point with all these topics, and that's why we like to give this to you the week before so you can prepare. Now, we have some super interesting information for you. Right now, there is going to be this November the 2nd, where you will see Theodore, the 4th annual comedy show, sponsored by the Hackensack Rotary Club at the Banana Comedy Club in Hasbrook Heights. This will be starting 7:30 p.m. to 10:30 p.m., 283 Route 17. The comedian, the amazing Alonzo Bowden, will be performing. You don't want to miss him. Now, all proceeds will go to the Hackensack Rotary Club Sponsorship Fund, and all proceeds will go to that fund. That's how fabulous the Rotary Club is. You can also reach them and get tickets at $40 a ticket by calling his office, Theo's office, at 201-342-3300, or the Hackensack Rotary Club on Facebook. I think we have a caller here.
Oh, fantastic.
Beautiful.
Okay.
Good evening.
Good evening, Theodore. How are you?
I'm doing well, and yourself?
No, I'm doing great. I couldn't wait for you to announce the phone number so I could call in.
Okay, beautiful, beautiful.
My name is Jim. I'm from Union.
Yes, Jim.
First off, I'm loving what you and Diane are doing with the show. It's great.
Beautiful. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Thank you, Jim.
I'm interested in the answer to my question because my uncle was also looking into doing a reverse mortgage.
Okay.
He wanted to know if his heirs will receive an inheritance if he goes forward with one.
Yes, absolutely. Yes. Okay.
Great question.
Yes, thank you for the call and thank you for the question. Yes, the family members would be entitled to inheritance. The way it works, Jim, is that whatever the balance is on the reverse mortgage, that would need to be repaid to the lender. So any money above and beyond that balance of the mortgage could go to the children. So, for instance, God forbid if something happens to the homeowner and they have the reverse mortgage, the children would have 6 months to either refinance the home and take ownership of the home, or they have 12 months to either sell the home and then pay off the reverse mortgage, and anything above and beyond the balance would go to the family.
That is amazing.
So to answer your question, they would be entitled to that. There's 2 ways to do it: either refinance the property, pay off the reverse mortgage, and take the proceeds, and take ownership of the property, or they could sell the home, pay off the reverse mortgage, and the balance would go to the family members.
Okay, that sounds great. I'll be giving you a call at your office, and we can talk further about this.
That sounds great. Looking forward to that. And thank you for the call, Jim.
Thanks, Jim.
Thank you.
And we are about to go to a break.
Wow, time's flying tonight.
When we come back, we will go over it more in depth on the reverse mortgage and business loans. Thank you.
Excited. Thank you. Do you ever wake up in the middle of the night and just worry about the next phase of your life? Well, worry no more. At Federal National Funding, we are a group of top professional elder care advisors here to meet all of your financial and insurance needs, such as paying your bills, Medicare options turning 65, caretaking for seniors, little-known benefits for senior veterans, home, car, mortgage, and life insurance needs, Medicaid planning, final stage planning for you and your loved ones, and so much more. At FNF, we are not a government agency, but we do specialize in government programs. If you are interested to learn more about how we can help and educate you, please call now for your free face-to-face consultation at 201-342-3300. To tell your story, visit our online website at federalnationalfunding.com. At Federal National Funding, where your interest is our priority. That's 201-342-3300.
Message and data rates may apply.
Help! Seriously, I'm too young for hair loss.
My hairline keeps creeping back. Receding?
I got this bald spot.
Oh, it's thinning everywhere.
I'm gonna have to give up and shave it.
Dude, put down the razor, because Bosley, America's #1 hair restoration expert, is about to give you your real hair back permanently. Don't ignore the signs of hair loss. Bosley's giving away an absolutely free information kit that reveals all the signs, and a free gift card to anyone who texts TRUE to 85850. Bosley will show you for free how great your hair could look. Using the latest technology, Bosley's solution to hair loss is permanent and protected by the Bosley Guarantee. Plus, since Bosley has new non-surgical options, you owe it to yourself to text now for an absolutely free information kit and a gift card for $250 off, no matter what level of hair loss you have. Text TRUE to 85850. That's TRUE to 85850.
Hey, what's all the racket about?
Didn't you hear? A massive project to restore the Route 495 bridge between the New Jersey Turnpike and Route 3 to the Lincoln Tunnel is ongoing, and one lane of traffic in each direction will be closed for the next 2.5 years.
Route 495 already has a ton of traffic, and with the necessary construction, it's only going to get worse. What are the alternatives?
Okay, listen. NJDOT created the website, RestoreNJ495.com, where you can sign up for project alerts and get all the information you need to know. And they've been working with the community to promote several options. Consider switching to public transportation, leaving earlier or later to avoid the peak commuting times, telecommuting, using the George Washington Bridge or Holland Tunnel, or joining a carpool or van pool.
Visit RestoreNJ495.com to sign up for project alerts to stay informed.
This message sponsored by NJDOT, the New Jersey Broadcasters Association, and this station.
Broadcasting live from the Hilltop Nissan Studios. Classic Oldies, WMTR Morristown, a Beasley Media Group station.
All right.
For those of you who have just tuned in, you are listening to the 65th Hour, Mondays with Theodore Tracey, the voice for senior solutions. Every Monday night, right here at WMTR 1250 AM. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for returning. The topic for this evening, we are discussing reverse mortgages, and we will also be speaking on the various types of business loans. We're trying to take a little twist this evening. The show is primarily focused on issues facing our senior community over the age of 65, but we're going to take a little twist a little bit later on where we're going to briefly touch on how our business owners can get access to capital and the various types of business loans that are available to them. Before we left on the break, we were speaking about the various types of reverse mortgages. We were talking about the most popular type being that called the HECM, and that acronym once again stands for Home Equity Conversion Mortgage. And we're going to get into the 5 different types of payment options for the HECM. With the HECM being the fact, number one, it is insured and backed by the government. And of course, the benefit of that, just to reiterate for those people that are just joining our show, the fact that the reverse mortgage is insured by the government is we cannot run into a situation that we all went through back in 2008 when everyone was underwater when it comes to the balance of their mortgage in relation to the value of their home. A lot of people owed more on their home than the actual value of the house. So being the fact that the reverse mortgage is insured through the FHA, which is a division of the HUD, the Housing Urban Development, that fact is the mortgage balance will never exceed the value of the home. It is always whatever the value of the home is, that is the maximum that the homeowner would be entitled to repay. So that is a very, very positive benefit, which our listeners need to be made aware of.
Yeah, I think even to go into a little more detail on that, I think they would love to hear that, because a subject like that, I think this is where the fear factor comes in.
Yes.
So if you can, and also, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to sit down with Theo in his office, he'll go through all of this for you. In fact, all the different topics, so you can make the best and most wise business decision probably of your life going on as a senior in this next level of your life.
Yeah, our objective right now, the main objective is to educate our listeners in terms of some of the financial tools that are available to them to, handle their daily expenses, whether it be their health insurance, whether it be their Medicare, whether it be their housing expense. And this type of information, I take great pleasure in sharing with our listeners, because there are a lot of misconceptions, and one does not, fear, the result of fear is lack of knowledge.
Yes.
So, and the positive aspect with the reverse mortgage is, in order to even consider it, it is a requirement that the homeowner go through approved housing counseling for reverse mortgage, whereby they would be able to answer all questions and to make sure the homeowner has complete and full understanding of the details, the ins and outs of the reverse mortgage.
So that's something that you could do, and if they would like more information on that, they could come to your office. And ladies and gentlemen, you can call in. First of all, you can call in for any questions you might have tonight. Please don't be shy, because you don't get this kind of opportunity very often to get this valuable information in this setting. Now, his number is 201-342-3300 or info@federalnationalfunding.com. Now, you are listening to WMTR 1250 AM, right here every Monday with Theodore Tracey, the voice for senior solutions, 7:30 to 8:30 p.m. And you can reach us and call in right now, 973-267-9687.
Yes, and listeners, keep in mind that when it comes to the reverse mortgage, the proceeds can be utilized for whatever. It can be utilized to supplement your retirement income. It can be utilized to pay a family member's college education, if you need to pay off some bills, if you need to add an addition to your home, if you're looking just to maybe fix up that bathroom or add in another room or another extension to your home. It can be utilized for whatever you want.
And we just had an email. This is why these emails are just as important as the call-ins, but we love the call-ins because we're live. But this was one of the emails. How does one qualify for a reverse mortgage, Theo?
Yes, well, the qualification is, number one, the homeowner has to be at least 62 years of age, 62 years and older. Definitely dependent upon the existing mortgage, because they utilize the loan to value, which is based upon your age. So it can, if one does have an existing mortgage, you can still have access to the reverse mortgage, but you would, of course, be limited in terms of the equity you would have access to. But you can, number one, you have to be 62 years of age. It has to be your primary residence. And depending upon your age, depending upon the value of the home, depending upon the existing lien, then that would determine the loan amount that you can take.
So they can still get a reverse mortgage if they have a lien?
Yes, absolutely.
Wow.
Yes. But of course, because of the lien, you're limited in terms of the amount of capital. But yes, you can. If it's a small mortgage, you can do that. And then rule of thumb, just for everyone's knowledge, the loan to value, the LTV, in terms of the equity that one has access to, ranges anywhere from 40 to 70% of the value of the home for a reverse mortgage. And as I said before, that is determined based on the homeowner's age.
Well, this one I think you'll love, and I think all our listeners will love. This is another email. Will the proceeds affect Social Security or Medicare?
Okay.
That's powerful.
Yes, absolutely. The answer to that question, no, it would not affect Social Security or Medicare. What it will affect is a need-based program. So although it wouldn't affect Social Security or Medicare, it would affect, say, Medicaid. If one is, has Medicaid, then that would be an issue because, of course, that income could cause them to be not eligible for Medicaid. So there may be some additional planning that needs to be done. But as far as Social Security or Medicare, that those programs would not be in jeopardy at all.
I think that's very good for our listeners to know. They're probably sighing a relief now, saying, well, maybe I can go through with this. And if they wanted to, you all can call Theo at the office, 201-342-3300, or email info@federalnationalfunding.com. We welcome you. In fact, we encourage you to please call in tonight. I know you have questions. We know there's things that have been in any of these topics this week. Write them down. So if you feel a little unsure of how you want to say it, and just say it, because we really welcome to be able to enlighten you on these subjects. We're on WMTR 1250 AM, 7:30 to 8:30, right here every Monday live. 973-267-9687.
Okay, and what I'd like to get into now, we were discussing the HECM. I would like briefly to touch base on the 5 different payment options for the HECM, which is the Home Equity Conversion Mortgage Program. The number 1 payment option would be a single disbursement option where you're just getting a lump sum payment. That's one option.
Can you give them an example of that?
Just say, if you wanted a lump sum of, say, 70,000 or 100,000, that would be a one-time distribution that you would have access to. The other option, the second option, would be the term option. And that is where you're getting fixed monthly cash advances for a specific time period, whether it be 5 years, 10 years, but your payments are fixed and you're receiving it for a certain period of time. So that's another option. The third option is called the 10-year option. And that is actually where you can actually get cash advances for as long as you're as long as you're living. So if you're living into 90 years old and so forth, I mean, they're going to calculate, the lender will calculate based on your life expectancy what realistically those numbers would be, but they would determine that you would receive payments based on your lifespan.
Can you go into a little more detail on that, because that's powerful?
Yes. So for instance, if you have a homeowner that is age 80 years old and has no mortgage payment, and they would like to receive an income to help supplement their Social Security.
What would be an amount, say?
I mean, it could be any amount. It really depends upon the particular circumstance. It really would depend upon, number one, the value of the home. It would depend upon the balance of their mortgage. It would depend upon their age. But say, for instance, if they're getting $1,000 a month for life, I think that would be another, you could utilize it as some type of an annuity. Whereas, and what I mean by an annuity, for all of you that don't know, that's a retirement vehicle that one could utilize to supplement their retirement income. So this could be some form of annuity that you could use for the reverse mortgage to give you a little bit more added income to take those vacation trips or assist with the expenses or assist your grandchildren or loved ones, things of that nature. But one thing, as I said before, the only thing that you would be responsible for with the reverse mortgage is the payment of your property taxes and homeowners insurance. But what I'd like to bring to everyone's attention, the lender will assess your financial ability or your financial payment history concerning your property taxes and insurance. So if you are in arrears for your property taxes and insurance, they're going to look at that negatively. And as a result of that, the lender, in most cases, in that situation, the lender will require some type of escrow to be set aside. And the proper term for that set aside is called a LESA. And that acronym, LESA, stands for Life Estimate Set Aside. So based upon the life expectancy of the individual, the lender, instead of having you pay the property and taxes, which based on your past history, say you haven't been on par or been late in terms of paying your property taxes, the lender will take it upon themselves and say, listen, because you have not been proven to pay your property taxes and insurance on time in the past, what we're going to do is we're going to set aside the funds from the equity in your home and pay the taxes and insurance for you.
Oh, wow.
So, yes, I mean, there's a negative aspect and a positive aspect. Number one, going further, you're not worried about your property and taxes, that the lender is actually going to be paying it from that escrow set aside. But number two, because of that set aside, it does reduce the amount of equity that you would have access to. So instead of, say, for instance, the set aside is $50,000 or $100,000, that's $50,000 less that you could have received if you had been paying your property taxes and insurance on time. So that is something that, I think our listeners need to be aware of. But I also would like to quickly get into the final two payment options under the HECM. The fourth payment options would be the line of credit. This option allows you to draw down the proceeds at any time in amounts that you choose until you have used up the amount of your line of credit. So it works on the lines of a revolving line of credit where you say, for instance, I need X amount of dollars, I need to change that roof. That's $7,000. I can access that $7,000 through the line of credit, and if you'd like, you could pay it back. If you don't want to pay it back, you don't. But it's a reusable line of credit, similar to like a credit card where it's revolving. So that gives you a little bit more flexibility there.
Okay.
So, if your friend calls you up and you need to take that quick trip to the Bahamas, and if you feel that, you want to utilize those funds to enjoy that trip, you can do that. Once again, you're not restricted in terms of the manner the proceeds can be utilized for the reverse mortgage. You can use them for whatever you like. But of course, when you're in retirement, you want to be sensible and prudent in your decision. And certain things, and that's certain things you may want to discuss with your family members and things of that nature. The final option, which is the fifth payment option for the HECM, is a combination. You can utilize a combination of either the monthly payments, which is a fixed monthly payment from the lender, or a line of credit. So you can use both. You can get some where you may be getting a nice stream of income monthly, and then in addition to that, you also have on the side a line of credit that if emergency comes in play and you need to access that capital, you can do that as well. So that gives you a little bit more flexibility. So the HECM, has a lot of benefit. There's a reason why it's the most popular option. For number one is the fact that it's insured by the government. Number
That's
two,
powerful.
very powerful. And number two, it allows one multiple payment options that you could really incorporate in your plan.
So the last one you were talking about sounds like the best one if you can afford it, correct?
Absolutely. The option really is determined on your particular situation. So, and once again, it would also depend upon the actual amount of equity. So, if you don't have that much equity, the line of credit and the fixed option would not be a viable option. But if you have a substantial amount of equity, yes, then that would make a more appropriate option to use.
Okay.
But really dependent upon, it's not something that is likely, but contrary to popular belief,
right,
as we said before, the government does not take title to your home. You have complete ownership. God forbid if one does pass, the government does not take your home. The only way the government would have access to your home is if the value of the home, if there's no more equity in it. Because if there's no more equity in it, your family members, there's nothing for them to pay back because the value, the balance does not exceed the value of the resident because of the insurance factor. So, when looking at a reverse mortgage, definitely I welcome you to give me a call if it's something you're contemplating. It is definitely can be worthwhile. It could be a very viable solution in terms of some particular cases when a retiree is limited in regards to their income. So it could be a nice viable option to supplement one's income.
Well, here we go. This was a very interesting piece of information for anyone that would like to meet Theo. Coming this Wednesday, October 10th. This is an educational workshop at the Pleasantdale Senior Group being held at the United Presbyterian Church of West Orange at 1 o'clock. Now, the address is 20 Old Indian Road in West Orange, New Jersey. And if you can't make that date, there's another one on Thursday, October 11th at the Hackensack Public Library at 2 o'clock p.m. The address is 274 Main Street. Now, here's another great email for you, Theo. Will I pay taxes on the reverse mortgage proceeds?
No, very good question. The proceeds are tax-free. That's a nice benefit, a very nice benefit.
That's incredible information.
Yes, yeah, all those proceeds are tax-free and you won't be responsible for anything. So, as I said before, in addition to the fact there's no taxes, there is no restriction in terms of the use of the proceeds. So that's a very nice positive benefit.
We like positive things.
No question,
That makes us feel fantabulous.
Absolutely, no question, no question. And then the fact that, these financial tools are available to our senior community is very, very important. And very quickly, before we close out, I'd like to quickly go over some information for our business owners.
Perfect.
Just very quickly in terms of some of the business capital that is available to them. Number one, we have, if someone is in need of very fast capital and they have an emergency situation where they need some inventory or, you need some capital to pay off to repair a machine or buy some equipment, they have what they call a business bank statement loan program. It does not require tax returns. It requires only 3 months business bank statements, and based upon the deposits in your statement, that would determine the loan amount that you'd be afforded. It is a very aggressive program. I just might want to say that. I want to put that out there.
In what way?
Being the fact that it does require a repayment every single day coming from your business bank account. So that actually the lender will take money directly from your business bank account every single day in order to pay back the loan. You may say, okay, that's kind of which it is. But the fact of the matter is, there's negative aspects and positive aspects. The negative aspect is, yes, it is aggressive and you're taking a repayment every day. But the positive aspect is they're not requiring tax returns. They're only asking 3 months business bank statements, and the funds can be deposited directly to your business banking account in roughly anywhere from 3 to 5 business days. So that's a very positive. If you're in dire need of some fast capital for some business emergencies, that's something that our business owners should be aware of.
And that's just 3 months.
3 months business bank statements. You need to be in business for a minimum of 1 year.
That's important.
Can actually come down to a credit score of 500, which is very low. Normally, lenders are looking at, credit scores of 680, 700. This would allow the business owner to have a credit score coming down to 500, and you can get financing in roughly 3 to 5 business days.
Ladies and gentlemen, there's so much great information here that's being shared tonight, and we welcome you to call in. Don't be shy. No question is off the table. In fact, it's really welcomed because it's been helping other people. We've been told from listening in and getting this information and seeing Theo and finding that there's other ways to really move forward in your life, because a lot of people live in fear rather than joy. And we want to bring back the joy to all of our amazing listeners and followers now. You're listening to WMTR 1250 AM. Theodore Tracey, the voice for Senior Solutions, every Monday, 7:30 to 8:30 p.m., 973-267-9687. We welcome you to call in. The lines are open, or call Theo to set up an amazing appointment to get all this information. Write down your questions, bring them with you, bring your loved ones, bring someone that's your caretaker. If you also know friends that are going through all this, and who doesn't these days? The number is 201-342-3300.
Yes, and like we were speaking about, in addition to us assisting our senior community, we would like to also assist our business owners, letting them aware of the various business loan programs that are available to them. I'd like to real quickly, and we will get more into depth in future show, but I would like to go over the SBA loan programs. There are 6 SBA loan programs for business owners.
That's a lot.
Yes, and the SBA acronym stands for Small Business Administration, and the number one as far as the SBA program is called the SBA CDC 504 program. It is for business owners that are looking to acquire a commercial property to actually operate their business out of. And of course, the benefit of that, it only requires a 10% down payment, which is very, very low. Normally, when you're dealing with purchasing of a commercial property, they're asking for it in excess of 20, 25%, sometimes 30% down. This particular program, under the SBA program, under the 504 program, only allows a 10% down payment, which is very, very positive.
That seems more doable.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And the interest rates are very reasonable as well. Another program under the SBA program is called the SBA 7A loan program. These are for businesses that need working capital up to $350,000, but it also allows loan amounts up to $5 million if you're looking to purchase a commercial building. Some of the examples for the uses of the SBA loan, the SBA 7A loan can be utilized for working capital up to $350,000. It can be utilized for equipment purchases, refinance an existing debt, if you'd like to buy a business or a franchise, if you want to buy commercial real estate, if you want to handle some leasehold improvements, and as I said before, if you're looking to purchase a commercial property, we can go up to anywhere up to $5 million at a loan term of up to 25 years.
Now, you can help them with this, correct?
Absolutely. Definitely. All you have to do is call the office. I will actually go over the various options to you, because maybe that might not be the most appropriate vehicle. Maybe it's something if you're in need of very, very fast, or say, for instance, you're in need of some import-export loans. They have the SBA export loan program where one would be given purchase money to facilitate export or import transaction. So, for instance, if you're trying to import or export goods and you need some purchase capital to purchase the product, as long as you have an end buyer, there are programs to help you facilitate that purchase. But as I said, a lot of programs out there. We try to bring these and educate our community, both the senior community as well as the business owners. And of course, we don't have a lot of time this evening to really get into depth on it, but I just wanted to bring some of those programs to light to our business owners and, of course, to let them know that there is some capital out there and some resources such as myself to let them be aware of these certain loan programs.
Sounds like we've just touched the surface. So would you say this might be a good segue to bring into next week's?
Absolutely. I think we can go into more depth on that, and then it would also give an opportunity for our listeners to call in with maybe some other questions, whether it may be concerning their retirement, maybe concerning the fact that it's open enrollment. They may have some questions about Medicare.
That's a big
things
one.
Of that nature. But, well, my friends, it has been a real pleasure speaking with all of you who have tuned in to listen here tonight. For those of you who have just tuned in, you are listening to the 65th Hour, Mondays with Theodore Tracey, the voice for senior solutions. Every Monday night, right here on WMTR 1250 AM. Next week's topic, we will briefly touch more on some of the business loans and some of the options available to our business owners. You have been listening to Theodore Tracey, and remember, my friends, if you're interested to learn more about how we can help and educate you on all of these concerns and issues, please call now our office 201-342-3300 at Federal National Funding, where your interest is our priority. Till next week, my friends, stay strong, healthy, happy, and well-informed. And please visit us at these upcoming educational workshops. Have a great evening.
Do you ever wake up in the middle of the night and just worry about the next phase of your life? Well, worry no more. At Federal National Funding, they're a group of top professional elder care advisors here to meet all your financial and insurance needs, such as paying your bills, Medicare options turning 65, caretaking for seniors, little-known benefits for senior veterans, home, car, mortgage, and life insurance needs, Medicaid planning, final stage planning for you and your loved ones, and so much more. At Federal National Funding, they are not a government agency, but they do specialize in government programs. If you are interested to learn more about how they can help and educate you, please call now for your free face-to-face consultation at 201-342-3300. That's 201-342-3300. At Federal National Funding, where your interest is our priority. That's 201-342-3300. 201-342-3300.
A big part of the impression you make is your smile. Do you smile with confidence? If your teeth keep you from smiling with confidence, Invisalign from Molinaire Dental Group can help. With over 29 years of experience, Dr. Molinaire can help strengthen teeth, close gaps, and reduce crowding with no wires or metal. And with a variety of financing options and affordable monthly payments, there's never been a better time to start Invisalign, the clear alternative to braces. They are virtually invisible and removable for normal brushing and flossing. To schedule your free consultation, call Molinaire Dental Group today at 973-993-1979 or visit MolinaireDental.com.
Hi, this is Dr. John Molinaire, and I want to boost your confidence and help you smile more. If you think your teeth could look a little better, don't worry. Many people do, and that's why they come to my office. I offer the latest and greatest restorative cosmetic procedures, veneers, crowns, bridges, and of course, Invisalign. I'll help you get the smile you've always dreamed about. Looking for whiter teeth? Do you have a big event coming up? Make an appointment for a Zoom whitening and let your smile shine. Call my office today at 973-993-1979 or visit MolinaireDental.com.
Your home says a lot about you. Why not create a first impression that will last? If you want to add warmth and beauty to your home, nothing beats Maybach Eastern White Cedar Shingles. Maybach offers a 50-year warranty against wood decay and up to 20 years warranty on solid stain. So many homeowners already feel good about Maybach Eastern White Cedar Shingles. So can you, for years and years to come. Come and see their genuine beauty at any Allied Building Products store in New Jersey, or come see a beautiful Maybach display at Allied Building Products in Wall Township, down the shore on Route 34, or visit AlliedBuilding.com.
The preceding program was paid for by federal national funding. The views and opinions expressed are not necessarily those of the staff, management, and advertisers of WMTR. It is always advisable to consult a professional before making a major life or financial decision.